Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Hypixel Skyblock Slayer series. In the last video, I tried and failed to kill a tier 3 Inferno Demon Lord to progress my Inferno Demon Lord levels. Obviously, I had spent plenty of money on a pretty good Slayer setup for killing them, and come within a hair's reach of killing the tier 3 Inferno Demon Lord, yet it managed to outlive me. So, then the next week, Jerry became mayor, and with a 10% stat boost, I expected to be able to do it, yet the kill still eluded me, and Jerry had failed me. And thus, I renounced Jerry, and he now lives in the back of the island. Can't see him, it's out of render distance, but he's somewhere back there, I promise. But in this video, I'm moving back to my roots, to where I truly belong, and that is with the Ender Slayer. Because recently, a bunch of patch notes have come out regarding, the absolutely insane stuff that's been happening with the economy. If you've been playing Skyblock for the past few months, you know that the economy has gone absolutely insane. Overfluxes have gone from 60 million to 123 million, and they were well into the 200s back at the peak of it. However, the admins have taken action to reduce inflation, as well as address a couple of other issues that have been happening throughout Skyblock. One of those is the issue of the Adam Split Katana. Now, for the longest time, this thing has done 250% damage to Enderman, and that's just not good enough. So, the admins decided to fix that and buff it to a casual 300% damage to Enderman, meaning that I now do 50% more damage to Enderman, which is amazing. That 50% will probably be like around 100,000 more damage, and I was already able to do tier 4 Enderman before. Now I can just do them even faster. So it is the perfect time to get on that Final Destination armor, pull out the Adam Split, and head over to the end and just do some casual Ender Slayer. Normally when I do these videos, I already have and in this video, we're going to try and kill a tier 4 Void Gloom Seraph, and then I just immediately die, and it's not very fun. Or maybe I'm testing out a new enchantment, like Inferno. Or maybe I'm just trying to do some other crazy stuff, like trying to use a Wisp Pet for some reason, because that definitely works. I definitely didn't try that already and fail, and then just do it again. No, just a regular old-fashioned Ender Slayer video. Just like what I used to do back on the original days of the channel, except now I'm actually somewhat slightly competent in creating YouTube videos. And of course I don't have a quest started, which was intentional, obviously. I was just testing your perception abilities. You definitely didn't notice either. But since making that last video, my Ender Slaying skills have become pretty good. I upgraded the Last Stand up to Last Stand 5. It was Last Stand 4 before, and I just decided that the 1V looked ugly, so I just removed the 1. And I don't think it really did much, or does much for that matter, but you know what? At least it looks slightly better. The net worth is appreciating it. So, it's all good. So yeah, I just thought I'd maybe take this video to talk a bit about Skyblock and just kind of what's been going on, as well as maybe some other things related to the channel. We'll see what happens. But for starters, the newest patch notes, 0.18.5, a pretty crazy update. As I mentioned already, the thing that impacted me the most, for sure, was definitely the buffs to Ender Slayer katanas. Each one got a absolutely amazing 50% bonus damage. So, my damage is still, it's not amazing. It's still only 400k, but you know what? It's better than it used to be. I think it was like 300 before, so, no complaints here. However, they also did plenty of other things. For starters, dungeons. The main reason why the economy was kind of going insane and everyone was complaining about it so much is because their precious coveted Hyperions for so much money now. They went from like 1 bill to like 2.5 bill, which is, insane. Hyperions were really expensive, and that was because of the scrolls. You see, everyone wants to get their precious handles because the handles are worth 700 million, or were worth 700 million, whereas the scrolls were worth like a couple million. I mean, now they're like 500. Jesus, that's a lot of damage. And so obviously they're going to set their RNGesus meter to their handles because the handles are so much better. So no scrolls are being implemented in the economy, but the handles are. Hence, the handles become like 500 million coins each, meaning that the Hyperion goes from a 1 billion to 2.5 billion, which is pretty annoying. So the admins decided to be very smart, and they buffed the rarity of handles, which, in my opinion, is a W idea. Definitely think it addresses all the problems, and should hopefully fix the economy, especially with the Hyperions. So definitely W change on their part. So yeah, the economy has been slowly decreasing with the exception of red sand prices, which are increasing, which I'm not complaining about, which is going to make my life a lot better. But the rest of the economy is slowly resetting, recovering from a great purge. I mean, how much are hypes these days? Yeah, that's back to basically normal prices now. That's great. Terrible great purge of the Skyblock economy is behind us, and we are back to a relative state of normality. Not back to perfection, but, it's good enough. Now, the other cool thing that's happening soon is the Rift is coming out. The Rift has been an update that people have been waiting for 3 to 5 business days. It relates to the Wizard portal in the hub, which is just kind of it's been there for 6.5 years and no one knows what to do with it and no one's ever paid attention to it ever. But they released a community project thingy for it. So now, guess what? People actually care about it, and it is slowly, and I do mean slowly, yet still steadily being updated. And once that project is finished, the Wizard Portal, I believe, will be released to the public for playing, which is awesome. The Wizard Portal has been haunting people and confusing them for long enough, in my opinion, and it is great that it is finally being released. And I haven't actually done too much Rift playing, because, you know, it's only on the AlphaNet for a brief period of time, but from what I've seen of it, it appears to be very, very, very interesting. It seems to relate quite heavily to an alternate reality where you're only in it for like a period of time or something like that, which is a very interesting concept for sure. And I'm very excited to see what else it is. Bacte is going to be a boss who is definitely not in any way, shape, or form Dante and has no relation to him whatsoever, obviously. And there's going to be a new Slayer, and, you know, we all know how much I love Slayer. So yeah, generally speaking, I think the Rift will be a very fun update. I'm very excited to see what is in store for it. But yeah, while Skyblock has just kind of been chilling and is definitely in a state of great updating and great change for the most part, Minecraft itself is as well. Next week, or actually, if depending on when you're watching this video, it could have already happened, but the Trails and Tales update will have been released, the 1.20 Minecraft version, which is amazing. 1.20 is really cool, you know, I mean, it's a pretty small update, but the things it adds are pretty awesome. Armor trims are great. I'm looking very much forward to getting a bunch of them. Not sure if I'm going to pull a rec wrap and get all 2,000 of them, but I will certainly be getting a couple. And I may even start a series, like a casual sort of hardcore series of some sort on that, because modded Minecraft series kind of got murdered when my computer kind of got murdered. But you know, 281 mods is a few mods, so you know, I guess it's commendable, although disappointing that it may not be that it won't be continuing. But I think a hardcore series for modded Minecraft would be very interesting, very fun. If you guys agree, let me know in the comments. I'm probably going to do it. Although, of course, I also would probably want to maybe do a Witherstorm series, because I know that the Witherstorm saga is a fan favorite and has been for quite some time. So I think bringing back a nice little round of the Witherstorm would be a very, very fun idea. And if you want to see that too, let me know in the comments as well, because I'm probably going to be bringing that back. If the mod gets ported to 1.20, I would be very happy. This is not good. Dude. Oh my god. So yeah, I think starting up a nice casual hardcore series would be a very fun idea. I would honestly enjoy it. I think it'd be really nice. And I kind of miss the old vibe of having a hardcore world. And I think it'd be nice to start one up, do some cool stuff, have a long-lasting world. Granted, it might not be very long-lasting if I die because of hardcore mode, but that's what makes it fun, you know? The classic challenge. I like a good challenge. I didn't think I did the Witherstorm series so much. But yeah, generally I think things to look forward to include a regular old Minecraft series, as well as a return of the Witherstorm saga in hardcore mode. So I can get revenge on myself for literally nuking myself. And of course, the classic Skyblock Slayer videos, such as this one, will continue until, of course, I get level 9 in every single Slayer in the video game, which will take quite some time, because it's not exactly an easy feat, and I'm about to die, as you can clearly see. The other interesting thing I thought about for a different Slayer, of course, Blaze Slayer was the other Slayer that I wanted to do a lot more of, and I've noticed that obviously damage is kind of my major issue. This is an absolutely terrible place to do a tier 4. Oh my god, absolutely horrible place to do a tier 4. Why here of all places? It's horrible. So I was thinking an actual very interesting item that would definitely buff both my damage and my EHP for that matter. So Warden Helmet, which is not a word I've spoken of in quite some time, because long time viewers will recall at the very inception, the very birth of my YouTube channel, I actually got a Warden Helmet, which was kind of like my big epic like dream that I really wanted to have happen. And I shredded through pretty much everything with it. Revenants were what I did back in the day. That's how, you know, I got the Warden Heart in the first place, obviously. And the problem was, it didn't really have a purpose, because for Revenants, I could already do them really, really easily, because, you know, they're Revenants. It's They're not exactly what one would consider to be difficult. So Warden helmets were kind of like my whole strategy hoping to get, but then since they suck so much, I just sold it and I bought something else with that much money instead. I have no idea what that thing was, I completely forget, but it was something cool, that's all I remember. But now that I think about it, for Blaze Slayer, a Warden helmet would kind of be like the greatest thing ever for me to get. I mean, granted, hearts are just, they're like a tiny bit expensive, you know? They used to only be like 80 million or something like really, really cheap like that. Now they are, well, as you clearly saw, they are not in fact 80 million or anything cheap like that. They are in fact what one would consider to be expensive. And dropping another Warden Heart would be kind of ridiculous. I've done plenty of Revenants, even since dropping the heart. But I think heading back into the crypts, busting out the old Axe of the Shredded, wiping the dust off of it, you know, stuff like that, I think it'd be a really, really fun idea. Very nostalgic, very fun times. Just good old Abrio 1 doing Revenants. The classics. Perhaps I will, and see if I can drop another Warden Heart, because that's definitely not at all rare or crazy to hope for. What is he doing up there? Just having a good time up there. What? Phase shifter? What kind of sorcery is this? This is a powerful Seraph. Quite good at the video game. That would have been like 160 seconds if he didn't like phase shift through like the wall like 3 times and throw the beacon like there when he was there. And I think on that rather low note, I'm going to end things there. I mean, yeah, I didn't really defeat that last boss because I may or not have killed myself, but I think it was not going to end very well for me there. My health was in the red zone for quite some time, and actually it's always in the red zone. Unless it's in the yellow zone, I suppose. But regardless, I think that's it. That's all for today's video. You know, just a casual Skyblock commentary. You know, we talked about all the great things that are happening, like some of the economy restoration projects, the Rift, 1.20, the future of the YouTube channel, just generally a bunch of good things. Had a very pleasant time, defeated around 10 Void Bloom Seraphs, which is a respectable 5,000 XP. Not at all close to Ender Slayer 7, but hey, we'll get there. Then I can get that Ender Relic, which will definitely be a very, very, very appreciated addition to my accessory bag. So, if you did enjoy this quick little Ender Slayer commentary, then be sure to like and subscribe for more, and I shall see you guys next time. Goodbye.